Hello, everyone. I want to rebrand February 14th as Victorious Day. Um, we don't really subscribe to the matrix stuff around this area at Healing Disclosures. And so I really wanted to recognize how many victories that we have accomplished in our awakening because they require a lot of work, dedication, passion, courage, love. And I don't want this day to go by with people feeling like um, they're left out because love is very important and it happens to be the most important thing you can do for yourself is to love yourself enough to heal. So I want to read something that came through this morning when I was, I have a morning ritual where I just out loud say, God, what do you want me to know today? And I write. I don't really think about it. It just kind of comes through. And I had already decided that yesterday that I wanted to do something today. I really had my crew in mind. But obviously it should be shared for anyone that's done the work and that really has decided to put themselves in front of some commercialized matrix idea of what a relationship should be, because that's not real and it's driven by all the wrong things, the ego and materialism and things that are shallow that really don't have any value. So this is what came through. Much of our lives have been turbulent, tormentive, and painful. It's our divine sacred geometry DNA operating system that ignites the spark, which motivates our soul to remember why we are here. In spite of the shadows that surround us, that light has brought us here to this now moment where we lead others and other beings of light into new earth victoriously. I just love that. I know that we are on the precipice of something that's very hard to fathom because it's so good and we are so used to not having things to look forward to that feel good and that are good, inherently good. And so I want to acknowledge it. I want you to be empowered to make your own short video and share it out or put it in your group or put it in your Telegram group or come into my group and share with us. I'm happy to celebrate your accomplishments and your victories. I mean, that's what we need to do is lift each other up because this is a hard planet to live in and on, and our successes need to be celebrated. So what have you done? What do you consider a success? Is it have something to do with attachment to material things? Shadow work, meditation? Is meditation something that you've struggled with? Are you on a twin flame divine soulmate journey? Have you embraced that and begun to learn what all that entails? What about your fitness, your diet? What about the matrix work that, many of us are still one leg in the 3D matrix and one leg in the 5D new earth. And so we're straddling the fence that is so hard. I've been there. What about an ego death? That darn ego that pushes us to make such bad decisions for our soul, right? So it can literally be anything that you really felt like you were, thrown to the mat several times and you had to fight to get back up. And you made it through to the other side. And now this is your victorious day. This is the day that you get to celebrate your courage and that you came through this year, time, period, struggle, event, whatever it is, to the other side victoriously. So I'll share one of the things. I feel like I've had such a big year. I really have had such a big year. But I'll share one of the things that was the hardest for me. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I've been in the healthcare industry for my entire adult life. I started when I was 18 years old as an Army medic, and then got out of the military and went to nursing school on the civilian side, and I've been a registered nurse for 20 years, most of it medical care. And so I really identified who I was by what I did for years, for decades. I was the nurse. I identified more as a nurse than I did as a mother or a wife or a daughter or a sister or anything else. I was a nurse. That's what dominated my energy, and it abused me. And I allowed it to abuse me. I gave my power away to that profession and all of the toxic byproducts of being, in 12-hour shifts and nights, weekends, holidays, the bureaucracy of healthcare, and the abuse that you get not only from the physicians but the patient, family members, your senior leadership. And so many of us go into healthcare because we are drawn to it. We are called to help the greater good. We are drawn to help people heal and feel better and comfort them. And we end up in a battle every single shift to be able to do that just once. And I just never really, this time last year, it never occurred to me that I was not going to be a nurse. I was not going to be functioning as a nurse. But so much happened, so much growth happened because I opened myself up to the possibilities that the more that I learned, the less I knew. And that if I continued down that path, I was really part of the problem, and I always wanted to be part of the solution. So I had that free will choice to make. And I really thought I could straddle the fence for a long time because I was and I still am, a one-woman show. Like I don't have a husband. I don't have a trust fund. I don't have much of a side gig. Like, that was it. And so for a matter of survival, I didn't feel like I had any other choice. And it was through divine conversation, intuition, guidance. When I opened myself up to realize that I had blinders on and that there really, really is more to life than that hamster wheel of working yourself to death to the point of being sick and having cancer and having ulcers and not being at peace in your soul on what you're doing to bring home a paycheck. That really started to develop this mountain, this boulder that weighed me down so heavy that before I knew it, I was crying before I went into work, and I was crying at lunchtime, and I couldn't wait to go home. And I just didn't never want to go back. And so when I finally realized there was more to life, and I could not do that to my soul one more day, and I pivoted and I went 180 degrees the other direction, and I had nothing but a bunch of faith, nothing but a bunch of faith. So opportunities came to me that I would have otherwise missed or passed on. So much spiritual growth, so much internal shadow work that I was able to finally do because I wasn't tethered to the 3D. I could actually feel it and process it and see it for what it was and excise out what was not good for me, what was holding me back. And then that made more room for growth. And I had no idea where it was going to go, but I had 100% faith that it was exactly where I needed to be. And so I'm here. 6 months later, and still blessed, more so today than yesterday. And I'm super excited about the future. And I'm 100% in a better heart space, head space, and energy space than I was this time last year. And so I definitely want to celebrate that victory. You know, that was a huge, huge obstacle for me in identifying that I deserved a better life, that it was my choices that had me in that situation, and it would only be my choices that would save me from that situation. And so here I am. I am a living, breathing, walking testament of faith, and that it is not up to you or me to have the plan. The plan is already in place. It is up to you and me to hold faith, open ourselves up to it, and have the faith and courage to take a step on the plan that Source Creator has for us. And then celebrate it. You know, it's small victories that will propel you to bigger victories. And before you know it, another year will have gone by. And as being further down the rabbit hole, you will have come up and you're on the peak. And you can see true sunlight and feel that you are doing the right thing for your soul. And you have calm and peace and love for yourself. And no guilt about it. You know in your heart of hearts that you are doing the absolute right thing for you, and you're in alignment with Source, and there is no better place to be. So I welcome you to drop your videos, your testaments, your testimonies, your victories. We want to celebrate with you. Come and do healing disclosures on Telegram, and even if it's just for the day and you just to have a little family to celebrate this time with, please do it. Don't feel left out. Don't feel like this day is hollow and whatever, because we have the power to manifest our reality. And today I am manifesting it as the victorious day for all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for sharing out my videos. Please continue to do so. Like, share, and subscribe. I make nothing on anything. But what I do get in return is a lot of contact with people that come in that end up being soul family, and that is invaluable. And so, yeah, just share it out. And hopefully this video has brightened your day and given you a new look on the V-Day. And we have a new name for it, the Victorious Day. You guys have a great one.